Starting with the name of Allah, who is most beneficial and merciful, myself referred bearing the roll number 17ES39. The subject is automation and robotics, and my topic of presentation is root locus. The contents of my presentation are introduction, terms related to the root locus plot, rules, procedure, advantages of the root locus technique. Introduction. The root locus technique in a control system was first introduced in the year 1948 by Evans. The root locus of the feedback system is a graphical representation in the complex explain of the possible locations of its closed loop poles for varying the values of a certain system parameter. The value of the parameter for a certain point of the root locus can be obtained using the magnitude conditions. Any physical system is represented by the transfer function in the form of the formula is given below. G of S is equal to K into the numerator of S upon the denominator of S. Now let's have a look on the poles and zeros. We can find the poles and zeros from the G of S. The location of the poles and zeros are crucial, keeping view stability, relative stability, transient response and error analysis. In the root locus technique in a control system, we will evaluate the position of the roots, their locus of the movement and associated information. These information will be used to comment upon the system performance. Lower figure shows the poles and zeros in a system. Some of the terms related to the root locus are discussed below. Number 1 is characteristic equation related to the root locus technique. 1 plus g of s into h of s is equal to 0 is known as the characteristic equation. Now on the differentiating the characteristic equation and on the equating dk ds is equal to 0, we get the breakaway points. Now what are breakaway points? Breakaway points are at the which point root of the characteristic equation 1 plus g of s and h of s is equal to 0 occur. The value of the k is maximum at the point where the branches of the root loci break away. Breakaway points may be real, imaginary or complex. Now what are break-in points? Condition of break-in to be there on the plot is written below. Root locus must be presented between the two adjacent zeros on the real axis. Another term is center of gravity or centroid. It's defined as a point on the plot from where all the asymptotes start. Mathematically, it's calculated by the difference of summation of the poles and zeros in the transfer function when divided by the difference of the total number of poles and total number of zeros. The center of the gravity is always real and it is denoted by sigma A, and the formula is given below. Sigma A is equal to the sum of the real parts of poles minus the sum real parts of zeros upon n minus m. N is equal to poles and m is equal to zeros. Asymptotes of a root loci. Asymptote originates from the center of the gravity or centroid and goes to infinity at the definite sum angle. Asymptote provides direction to the root locus when they depart breakaway point. The formula is given below. Angle of asymptote is equal to 2p plus 1 into 180 divided by n minus m. Another term is angle of arrival and departure. We calculate the angle of departure when there exists complex pole in the system and can be calculated as 180 minus sum of angle to the complex pole from the other poles minus sum of angle to the complex poles from the zeros. Another term is interaction of root locus with an imaginary axis. We have to use Routh-Hurwitz criterion. Gain margin. It is defined which the design value of the gain factor can be multiplied before the system become unstable. The formula is given below. Gain margin is equal to the value of k at the imaginary axis crossover divided by the design value of k. Phase margin. Phase margin can be calculated from the given formula. Phase margin formula is 180 plus angle at the gain crossover frequency. Another term is symmetry of root locus. Root locus is symmetric about the x-axis or real axis. Now, the question is how to determine the value of k at any point on the root loci. Whereas there are the two ways of determining the value of k. The both are described below. Number one is magnitude criteria, another is using root locus plot. Magnitude criteria. At any point on the root locus, we can apply the magnitude criteria as using the formula at the value of the k at any desired point. The formula is given g of s into h of s is equal to 1. And then another way is root locus plot. The value of the k at any s on the root locus is given by the formula below. K is equal to the product of all of the vector length drawn from the poles of g of s, h of s to s divided by the product of all the vector lengths drawn from the zeros of the g of s, h of s to s. Next slide is about root locus plot. This is also known as a root locus technique in control system and is used to determine the stability of the given system. Now, in order to determine the stability of the system using the root locus technique, we find the range of the values of k for which the complete performance of the system will be satisfactory and the operation is stable. There are some rules of root locus which are described below. Number one rule is find the number of the poles and zeros. Rule number 2 is root locus is symmetric about the real axis. Rule number 3 is along the real axis the root locus include all the segments that are to the left of the odd numbers of the poles and zeros. And number 4 rule is find the asymptotic locations at sigma and angle k. And the formulas are given below from which we can find asymptotic location. Now what's the procedure? Now let us discuss the procedure of making a root locus. Find out all the roots and poles from the open loop transfer function and then plot them on the complex plane. The second step is all the root loci start from the poles where k is equal to 0 and terminate at the zeros where the k tends to infinity. The number of the branches terminating at the infinity is equal to the difference between the number of poles and the number of zeros of g of s and h of s. The third step is find the region of existence of the root loci from the method described above after finding the values of m and n. Fourth step is calculate the breakaway point and break-in point if any. Fourth step is plot the asymptotes and centroid point on the complex plane of the root loci by calculating the slope of the asymptotes. Now calculate the angle of the departure and the interaction of the root loci with imaginary axis. Now determine the value of k by using any one method that I have described above. By following above procedure, you can easily draw the root locus of any open transfer function and calculate the gain margin. There are some advantages of the root locus techniques. Number 1 is root locus technique in a control system is easy to implement as compared to the other method. Another advantage is with the help of the root locus we can easily predict the performance of the whole system. The third advantage is root locus provide the better way to indicate the parameter. And that's it. Thank you.